critically important that residents who spend the 6 years with us, 5 years in orthopedics and 1 year as a trauma fellow, leave thinking they got the best possible education as an orthopedic surgeon. One-on-one, I just love to teach. I love to train residents. And I think that when a chairman has that as his or her passion, that spreads throughout the program. And really, I set the bar for every one of the faculty members who is part of our department.
Teaching is an intention. It doesn't happen by accident. So we go out of our way to make sure that this is the focus of our residency. We feel that if you help great clinicians by teaching them how to be great educators, it's a phenomenal experience as a resident. And so I want to have a program where the residents come here and they say, I can do anything I want. If I want to be a researcher, we have that box checked off. If I want to be a teacher, I can do that. I think that my overall goal and where we've come so far is we're really at that level where we can find out what a resident wants, what their goals are, and we can work towards that goal together.
Our mission at University Orthopedics, which is an academic department at Brown University, is number one, develop or deliver top quality clinical care, teach residents and medical students and the future practitioners, and then also to conduct research to advance the state of medicine and the state of the art.
During residency, there's no program in the U.S. that a resident ever feels the full spectrum of responsibility as a surgeon. And so this is a means of allowing them to do that in a setting that is familiar and supportive.
We have an excellent experience for the residents on the spine service here at Brown. The reason being, we have the full gamut of spine care. We do simple outpatient minimally invasive spine surgery all the way up to complex tumor, deformity, trauma, infection cases. So the residents really get to see spine care from the beginning in the office, in the emergency room when the patients come in, get to do the cases and then follow up with the patients afterwards.
One of the biggest differences between the program here at Brown and the other residencies in the country mainly was that everyone stays to do an extra year, a sixth year. And for someone that hadn't been very familiar with that prior to coming here to work, I had thought, thinking about it myself when I was applying, man, I really wouldn't want to spend an extra year. This whole process is long enough. Why would people want to do that? And then after I got here and I actually saw what the year was all about and realized how important it was to the training of the residents, I thought, I actually really wish that I would have had something like that in my training.
Every resident brings in a project. Most of those projects are actually driven by actual benchtop research. A lot of our residents actually translate that research into national research grants. Several of our residents have received grants from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgery, from the Orthopedic Research Society, and multiple other sources of funding, which is impressive in itself.
We have the benefit as well of having a great variety of spine attendings. We have attendings who are just starting their career right now. We have attendings who have been here for 4 decades working, and everything in between. And so it's a real great opportunity to see all aspects of spine care.
There's times where people say, when do you learn the most? The first year in practice, that they really learn what it means. And this is an opportunity to do that in a setting that is uniformly supportive.
I think it's important to work with the residents. One, it actually helps me take care of my patients better. I have patients in their teens, their 20s, or 30s, and as I get older, they get younger, and it kind of helps me learn their priorities. Diseases that didn't exist when I trained, I learn from them every day. As well, they're energetic, they want to learn, and so you need to be able to keep up with them, and that keeps me young.
What I enjoy most about the residents is I learn as much from them as I think they learn from me sometimes. We've seen generationally people change, and you hear all the time, oh, this generation of residents or that. What I think defines this generation of the residents is they don't settle. If they don't know an answer, they want to know it. If you give them an answer that's kind of halfway and it's kind of like because I said so, They want to know why, and they push you so you understand why. The residents are motivated. They are just really caring. You know, wellness is a big topic that we hear about a lot in orthopedic training and residency training in general. And these are residents who want to learn how to be not only great physicians, but great people.
I think one of the other big benefits is that when you go to do a fellowship, as most of our residents do, they come to it with a bit of a different outlook because they've already been in the, quote unquote, real world for a little bit of time, and they know what it's like to have their own patients, and they know some of the issues, problems, sticky points that can come up when you're taking care of patients yourself. And they approach the fellowship a little bit different, I think, with some of the things they get out of it, some of the nuances that they may pay attention to that as being just a resident, you wouldn't necessarily even think to look for. And so you have a little bit broader of a background, and I think that makes the finished product after you're all the way done with whatever your subspecialty fellowship is a really, really well-rounded doctor who's ready to go out into practice.
I mean, residents are super busy. They can see 30 consults in the emergency department overnight and then go during the day and spend some time in the lab.
I interviewed all over the country, and I really loved Brown primarily because of the team atmosphere, the collaboration, and the great attitude that the residents just seemed to have. They were all friends. They had a good time while they were still working hard and getting really good training. Moved my family here, and it's just been a great experience, and really glad that I trained here and had a really great experience. And because of that, I never left.
Rhode Island and Southern New England is a very special place. We also believe, as a department and also as a division, that you need to go home. You need to enjoy your life. And Rhode Island is such a great place to live. You can be, everywhere in Rhode Island, you're on the water.
It's an amazing place. You drive 5 minutes into downtown, you are surrounded by restaurants. There is biking, there is fishing, there is camping. You can go downtown and walk around with your family. So we have residents who have kids, and there's a million things to do. There's a great children's museum, there's a zoo, a world-class zoo.
I've set the bar very high for all the faculty at Brown so that they understand that educating residents is the thing that we do. Residents have given this 6-year time period up to be with us, and it's critical that we are able to teach them to be the best possible orthopedic surgeons.
When our residents graduate, they have a phenomenal foundation. They know how to think. They understand the value of education, and whether it's educating residents or just educating their OR staff and their patients, they become lifelong teachers and learners and lifelong friends. And I think that the mindset among the attendings and the mindset among the residents is we're all in this together.